a una persona del popolo.
To tell a working man in Turin in the 1950s that in 8 years he'd own a car was like telling a man in 1500, one day I'll take you to the moon.
1500, guarda che ti porto sulla Luna.
In 1959, a British election was fought on the slogan, "You've never had it so good."
The country has never been so prosperous. As the Prime Minister has said, the standard of living has gone up, we are better fed, better clothed, we're using more electricity, more people have motor cars, bicycles, television, and a host of other things which only a few years ago were the luxuries of the few.
Coventry, planned as a people's city in 1945, had been rebuilt. As one of the centres of the booming car industry, its workers were among the best paid in Britain.
It was the promise of better money which brought George Jordan to Coventry from the Newcastle pits. Now, at 59, with the souvenirs of a comfortable family life around him, Jordan, his wife and their 2 sons, Ray and George, have the kind of home which only good motor wages can provide.
The factories that were in Coventry at the time, car factories, as I say, there was about 5 factories. You could move to anyone you wanted. You know, if it didn't suit you at a job. I mean, I've known people that were there and weren't happy, didn't like their job and moved to another factory. Because the work was around, there was plenty of work.
After the war, all politicians had agreed it was the government's duty to see there were jobs for all. Full employment had become a reality. The Jordans' father had been unemployed in the 1930s, but his sons found work easily as soon as they left school. In 1960, unemployment in Britain was just 1%. And real wages went on rising.
I mean, you could go out for like £1 a night, 7 or 8 pints, and go for a meal and you still have a few shillings left in your pocket.
There was money to be earned. Money to be earned and spent. So I enjoyed it. That's what I think money's for. Earn a pound, spend a pound.
Cheap credit made spending even easier. Television, carpets, cars were bought on the never-never with plenty of time to pay. And people found new ways of spending their money in new places.
First time I went to Spain, I was 18. I think I took £50 with me. I couldn't spend it. You meet people on holiday, you know, and you talk. Oh, whereabouts you from? Coventry. Oh, where all the big money's earned. You know, it's a known thing.
In France, cities were deserted as workers took ever longer holidays. The new generation had put the austerity of their childhoods behind them. They'd grown up to become a group that had never been known before, teenage consumers. They spent with abandon. They followed American trends and bought American records. And France produced its own version of a rock and roll money spinner in Johnny Halliday. On the surface,